Greetings, noble Spartans. Father Zach Povis coming to you from the Cathedral Basilica with another episode of 3-Minute Theology. In the last video, Father Hill talked to us about the idea of a Christian vocation, and this is the idea that each one of us is called by our Creator to some definite task that He hasn't entrusted to another. Each one of us are called to strive to spend our lives loving God and loving neighbor, but the particulars of what that will look like in the course of day-to-day living will largely be unique to each individual. And the prayerful process by which you discover what that plan is for your life is what we call discernment. Discernment is this prayerful process by which I come to discover what the Creator's plan is for me, what He's put me here to do, that in doing it, I might find the fulfillment and the peace and the joy that He's made me for. So how do you do that? How do you discern your vocation? I'll just offer you 3 concrete pieces of advice that were helpful to me as I was discerning my own vocation. Number 1, if you want to discern your vocation well, you have to stay close to the sacraments. You have to live a sacramental life. The sacraments are the floodgates through which God pours His grace into our souls. And grace is that supernatural gift by which we're able to be in right relationship with God. So you have to avail yourself to the sacraments. You have to go to Mass at least every Sunday. If your family doesn't go, if you don't have a parish that feels like home, know that you're always very welcome here at the Cathedral Basilica. We love it when we have many Spartans in our congregation or serving at the altar if you're interested in that. So there's a shameless plug that I'll go ahead and leave in this video. So number 1 is stay close to the sacraments. Number 2, strive to be faithful to God in the little things. The more we pursue holiness in the day-to-day small decisions that we all have to make, the more the big picture really has a way of working itself out. You probably don't know today what God is calling you to do with the rest of your life, but you do know that today He's calling you not to lie, right? Not to cheat, not to get into abusing drugs and alcohol. You know what sex is for and what it isn't. You know the difference between right and wrong. And the more you can get into the practice of trying to conform your will to God's will in those little ways, the easier it becomes to discern His will for your life, again, in the big picture. Finally, number 3, if you want to discern what God's will is for you, get into a regular habit of asking Him. No one knows what you are made to do better than the one who made you. So ask Him on a day-by-day basis, Lord, what am I here for? Father Hill had a great point. He said, life is not a puzzle to be worked out. It's not a problem to be solved. And so when we find ourselves kind of getting into that place of brooding over and puzzling over what am I going to do with my life, turn that around into a prayer and simply ask the Lord, Lord, how are you calling me to pursue holiness, to love you and to love my neighbor today and for the rest of my life? So brothers, to discern your vocation well, stay close to the sacraments, stay faithful to God in the little things, and ask Him. Know of my continued prayers for you, brothers, and have a great rest of the school year. God bless you.